Buddy. I'm so going to check this out on my phone. Okay, I think we are live. All right, well, hello, Facebook world. You guys, let us know if you're on, let us know if you're watching live, give us a live, or if you are watching the replay, let us know that you're watching the replay. I'm excited to be on tonight. It has been forever since I've actually done a Facebook Live, and I'm super excited to have my friend Jenny on here sharing a little bit about her Thrive in Life and how we do things around here as moms. And we were actually chatting before this started. I told her it is officially considered cheating because she was able to start Thrive with a newborn baby, and I did not. I did not have those luxuries. So thank you guys for hopping on. I'm just gonna introduce myself because I know we've got a lot of Jenny's friends watching, and give you guys a little bit of a background as to who I am and what I do and why I'm excited to get on here and share with you guys. So my name is Mauria Dillard. I live in West Texas, and we've lived here for a little over 8 years. And when Thrive first came into my life, I was a busy speech pathologist, working mama, 4 kiddos, and that included twin 3-year-old boys. And honestly, I was spinning my wheels. We had moved to West Texas about a year before Thrive entered my life. No friends or family out here, really just kind of trying to make it on our own. My husband actually accepted a voluntary transfer to come out here through the oil and gas industry. And obviously then I was able to pick up some work as a speech pathologist. I actually did contract work as a speech therapist. So anyway, I had seen Tony, who is a nurse friend of mine, that kept talking about this Thrive thing on Facebook. And she had reached out to me multiple times. And funny story, we actually used to work together. She did home health marketing for one of the home health agencies that I'd worked for back in North Texas. And I had, I don't know, I mean, I think she saw me like, running in the door, throwing in paperwork, hurrying back outside. I mean, she knew I was that mom that was literally running around like crazy all the time. And so when she experienced what she had with Thrive, and when she was able to help all these other mamas, I'm sure I was like at the top of her list as far as who could benefit from this. So she had reached out to me multiple times, and honestly, I'm no stranger to health and wellness. I was actually taking another nutritional product line that I'd taken for like 11 years. So I was like, well, how is that any different? I'm already taking my vitamins every day. I'm good, not interested. But I kept watching her share, and she kept reaching out. And the reality is I wasn't good, but I had to reach a place where I was going to admit that. So finally, I was like, enough's enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It was actually in October when I reached out to her. And I always kind of joke because when I say not a pair of jeans in my closet fit, in Texas, you don't really pull out your jeans until October because it's so stinking hot. I don't know. I was wearing scrubs to work and shorts every chance I got, or a skirt. I mean, it's just hot in Texas. But that was how do I say it? I mean, it was defeating to me to, have a closet full of clothes and nothing was fitting. So yes, for selfish reasons, I kind of was like, okay, I need to lose some weight. But really I was in such a mom funk. And I knew that I had to do something different because I was pouring everything I had into my patients all day long, helping them improve their quality of life, and then coming home at night and not having anything left for my 4 kids, much less my husband. So started my Thrive experience. And actually started out as a customer. We have a whole lot of customers. We have a whole lot more thriving customers than we do people that actually choose to promote the Thrive experience. But I didn't even want to know about the Thrive experience. I just, or about promoting. All I wanted was to see if this product was going to do for me what she said it was doing for her and all these other people. So started my Thrive, and y'all, day one, those of you that are Thrive, I can tell that I have some of my thriving friends on here. So I want you to put in the comments what you noticed first. and what you personally love about Thrive. Like one of the first things that you notice and what you personally love about Thrive. But for me, what I first noticed is it was so stinking simple that I was like, there has to be something else to this. Like literally wake up first thing in the morning, 1 or 2 capsules on an empty stomach. That's all your vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, all that good stuff, right? 20 minutes later, you drink a lifestyle mix. It's like an ultra micronized powder shake, not a protein shake, not a meal replacement shake, more of a good for your gut nutritional shake that has an energy component too, but it's good, smooth energy, and it tastes super yummy. And then I put on my DFT, which is our dermafusion technology, which, I mean, guys, we know that patches or whatever have been used in medicine for years, but we were actually the first to do that from a nutritional standpoint. So I was super intrigued about that, but it was so weird that it was so simple. And like my whole routine with supplements was done within the first 30 minutes of my day. So day 1, 2, and 3 kind of came and went. And I'm like, okay, what's going to happen here? Y'all, day 4, we had family in from town. We had taken them, all the kids, to the pumpkin patch, and I could not wait for them to leave because I had a headache and I just wanted a nap. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, and that's also why I really kind of have a love-hate relationship with sample packs, because a lot of times people ask you, do you have a sample of Thrive? I'm like, well, I do. I can get you one, but it's not going to change your life in a couple of days. I always kind of explain it, Jenny, like when you're going to the gym and you get like that trial membership. Well, the first few days, you have no miracle that's happening. Your body's not changing. You're probably going to be sore and you're going to be like, oh my God, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. But it's that consistency that leads to results. So that's really how Thrive is. But thank goodness on day 5, even after being up all night with a sick kiddo, I woke up that next morning, got the older kids to school, came home, working from home, obviously stayed home with a sick kiddo. That's what you're supposed to do. And I remember looking up and being like, I have just done more in the last 5 hours than I have in the last 5 months. So what I noticed first was just that mental clarity, like productive energy, like mommy mojo is back. I feel like I used to. I was empowered. I was getting things done. That to-do list was no longer hanging over my head. And I knew that I wanted to feel like that every single day. So I've been thriving ever since, guys. I tell everybody I feel 10 years younger. I sleep good at night. My knees don't bother me anymore. I don't have headaches. My hands don't ache when the weather changes. We are praying for some rain at our house right now. I'm seeing some of my friends in the San Angelo area that are getting some rain, and I'm like, we need it this way. But pre-Thrive, my hands would be aching right now because rain is in the forecast. Okay, I don't do that anymore because of the joint support that we have. And I always say that Thrive just allows me to enjoy this crazy, chaotic stage of life. And it's so funny because when I started with this, I had twin 3-year-old boys, elementary school kiddo, junior high kiddo. So today I have a sophomore in college, an 8th grade son, and my twins are in 4th grade. And it's 2020. So let's talk about crazy, chaotic stage of life. We've been through lots of stages. Obviously, when I say my oldest was in junior high when she started, and now she's a sophomore in college. Lots of things have changed over the last 6.5 years. But the one thing that has not changed is the fact that every single day starts out the same way. And that is with my 3 simple steps first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. It has made all the difference in the world. I love that Jenny has it on. So, Jenny, I want to bring you on, let you share your story. And then I really want us to kind of go back and forth and kind of brainstorm about, all the side effects, like the things that have happened in our lives and that happen on a daily basis that we kind of take for granted because of those 3 simple steps. So without any further ado, Jenny, introduce yourself and let everyone know your story.
Okay, I'm so excited to be here. So thank you, Mauria. So my name's Jenny Bishop, and we are new to Texas. We've been here for a year. So I will say, yes, girl, it's been hot this last week. We're like, oh, well, this is a Texas summer, because last summer didn't seem quite that bad. But anyway, I'm originally from Colorado, actually. I did spend some time in Kentucky, and then, like I said, we just moved our family to Texas about a year ago. So my whole background is in health and wellness. So I'm at 21 years as a personal trainer and a physique coach. I actually competed professionally in the physique sport for a number of years. And I'm a holistic nutritionist. So that's kind of the space I came from. So when a client of mine, Cassie, tried to introduce me to the Thrive experience, you can imagine what I said. Like, no thanks, no thanks. And I like to refer to it as arrogant ignorance, because I already knew everything there was to know, right? Like, she was not going to tell me anything I didn't already know. As you were speaking of, I was already on a regimen. I already had my hoity-toity vitamins that and it was ridiculous. It was like 9 things I took 3 times a day. It was complicated. It was expensive, all of those things. But I literally said no to her for 2 years, that poor girl. She gave me a sample. The sample is back there on those shelves, you all. Like, I've never touched the dang sample. So I have a love-hate relationship with samples too, Mauria. And to be honest, if I had just tried the sample of Thrive, I don't know that I would have continued, because I was not a person who really could tell much of a difference till like 9 days into the experience. So really, I feel like a lot of times it's just a timing thing. And we were just having a conversation last night, Mauria, on a different call, where we were saying, we really have to extend grace to people, because if I go back to poor Cassie, did you take your sample? Do you want to order? Here's a story. Here's this, here's that. And how many no's did she get from me, right? And yet she still kept sending me those things, and she would invite me. I never went to one of her events. She always invited me to her get-togethers. I never went. I was so rude, but I just didn't know what I didn't know. And that's the thing, is we all think that we know, and sometimes we don't. And the Thrive experience is something you have to experience it.
Right.
That's, we could sit here all day long and we could say this, and I could break down the formulation for you, and I could tell you how it synergizes in your body and how the delivery system. But at the end of the day, you have to get it in your body, and you have to have the experience. So when I finally said yes, fast forward to that 2 years later, I'll never forget it, because I had a newborn baby. And then, let's see, my oldest was 4. So tired, exhausted mama. My job was that job where my studio was in my house, was very lucky that I could be home and work. But what were the hours of that job? It was early, late. And I had a fantastic clientele, but it was not residual income, right? So it was exhausting. It was really tiring. And, I remember those weeks where people would cancel, and then our budget was all messed up, all these things. And so we had just gotten this place where, number one, that was going on because I had a newborn baby. I had taken time off work. Number 2, I had kind of an unexpected turn in my health. That's what happened. It was really just a timing thing. I was sitting in bed one night, and here was this message from Cassie. And I'll tell you what it was, is it was a story. It was a story that she sent me, and it was a personal trainer. It was relatable to me, and it was just the right time. I had gotten to this place where I was just really desperate, and I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, y'all. That's all I can tell you. It was just time. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. So I ordered the month's supply. Actually didn't even pay for the whole thing. She gave me credits. She helped me get started with my first order, got the product, and I'm super disciplined, dedicated person. So I am not the person that did not follow the instructions. I followed those instructions by golly. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. And, I remember a whole weekend, I really was like, okay, I don't think this is going to work for me. That's kind of what I was thinking. So my magical day, I feel like Thrivers, we always know our magical day because of the experience. And so I remember waking up, it was day 9. And I had been getting up. You were talking about, Mauria, how you sometimes struggle with aches and discomforts and joints and all of this. Well, mine was really bad, debilitating bad. And it had been bad for about 5 months because of these things going on for me. So I literally, you all, had been up every night for 5 months with having to put my hands in ice baths and things like this. And that was that 8th night was the first night I didn't have to do that in 5 months time. And so I remember my husband was like, hey, did you not get up last night? And I was like, well, I fed the baby, but my hands didn't wake me up. So that was I was like, okay, but I wasn't convinced. Like, I still was kind of like, that's just a coincidence, right? Like, because let's face it, we're all skeptical people. It's just like human nature. But anyway, the thing was, it never came back. And it was about 3 weeks in for me. All of a sudden I was in the kitchen and I was like, oh man, like I have so much energy. I don't even know what to do. Here I go back to the gym. You know, I hadn't been in such a long time because I was feeling so bad. I was just marking this stuff off the list. I was in a good mood. Like I was happy. I was just, so, you know, and then my husband, it was so funny because he also, you know, was kind of a supplement junkie, but he was skeptical too. And so he'll support me in anything I do, but, you know, he was just kind of like, So he saw, you all, like he saw it with his own eyes. So, you know, he's like, I probably should try that. I said, you probably should. And he just had, like, he happened to be that first aid driver person. And what's so cool is, like, he was on the fire department at the time, Mauria, and, you know, their schedules are so wonky. And typically he would get off shift and then he would come home and he would take Alex to school and he'd come home and go to bed. Understandably so, right? And so that first day, like, he took Alex to school and he called me and he's like, you know, I feel good. I'm just going to go to the gym. And it just, like, didn't need his naps anymore. You know, just felt really good out of the gate. So, yeah, so that's been almost 3 years ago now when we started. Not missed a day of it.
Isn't that crazy? I know. It's funny when I actually tell people that this is something I've been doing for that long. And, you know, I think we call it an 8-week experience, but guys, Thrive is all about premium nutrition. It's about bridging nutritional gaps. It's about giving your body what it was designed to have anyway. So it's not a quick fix. It's not a cure-all. It's what your body needs. And once you give your body what it needs, it's amazing what happens, just overall health benefits. And I use the phrase health is wealth to promote this live tonight. And, you know, that's really what Jenny and I both did is we made a decision to put our health first. And, you know, there's a lot of other options out there, but this right here is a number one, what has done it for me. And obviously a lot of other people. Thrive as a company has already done $2 billion in global sales in just under 8 years. And we're pushing that $3 billion mark. So it's nice to see stories just across the globe, and all the stories are different. You know, the main three things that I always hear, you know, feedback wise from people is everybody's talking about their energy, but it's smooth, clean energy. You know, it's not nervous energy. It's smooth, clean, productive energy. Okay. It's motivational energy, you know. And I've kind of joked before. I'm like, okay, there's a dose of motivation in those capsules. I don't know what is in there, but there's definitely a dose of motivation in those capsules that we start our day with every day. You know, we always hear, again, energy and management of discomfort. You know, it's kind of crazy how if the body is inflamed, then there's just going to be a lot of stuff that's going on. And so managing discomfort is huge. Obviously, the gut health component is huge, guys. It is huge.
Brain access, y'all. Google it.
Yes. Step 2 of our Thrive experience is all about your gut. It is all about gut health. It's actually that Lifestyle Mix is loaded down with pre and probiotics and digestive enzymes. And when your gut's healthy, you're going to be much more healthy. When your gut is jacked, it is bad news.
Even down to your, you know, even like your serotonin levels. You know, like people don't even understand that the majority of your serotonin, it comes from your gut. And so if it's filled with like bacteria and toxins and candida and all of those things, and it's just like, it's suffocating, you know, and that's how you're going to feel. You're going to feel that way. And so once you can lift that out and you get that out, how do you think you start to feel? Like so much better.
Exactly. And then sleep. So believe it or not, I mean, I know that's so crazy, but I've heard so many stories throughout the years, Jenny, of just people that didn't sleep good until Thrive came into their life. And so, you know, when I want you guys to think about this, if you sleep really good at night and you wake up feeling rested, and you don't have something that's holding you back physically as far as discomfort, and what do you think that's going to do for you? You know, it's been amazing for me. I will tell you, before Thrive, I really was in a place, Jenny, life just felt heavy, and I definitely dreaded all the things that my kids had going on. thank God Thrive entered my life when it did, because with 4 kids, we have so much going on all the time. And literally, I went from being that mom that was like, oh my gosh, seriously, we have another basketball game to go to, and we have to drive all this way, and they're only on the court for like this many minutes. And then we drive further home, because we live in rural West Texas. But now I'm like, okay, it's game day. Let's go. Like, I look forward to, and so as a mom, that changes everything. If you don't feel good, I mean,
you're on the couch.
Yes, and it affects everything. But we're not here to throw shame at not feeling. I mean, we were there, we were in that place. But I guess the reason that I've kept talking about this like I do for as long as I have is I'm like, it does not have to be that way. You don't have to be exhausted all day, every day. You can have good, clean energy and the health benefits overall. There's something to giving your body premium nutrition consistently over time that you end up seeing overall health benefits. And it's crazy, just to kind of think of, the active lifestyle that I have now. That's what I was telling you before we started this. I'm like, what I do today, like what I never ever did before Thrive. And it's not a prerequisite. I'm just going to let you know, one of my best friends with Thrive is an amazing thriver, and she refuses to work out. Like, everyone does it. You don't have to work out to thrive. Okay. But she does.
Everybody needs good nutrition.
She does have, and she's going to say she doesn't work out, but she does keep her body moving, and she is active, and she is making good, healthy decisions, which overall affects her entire lifestyle. So I had to throw that little disclaimer in there. No, you don't have to become a gym rat to thrive. You don't have to run a marathon to thrive. But don't be surprised if all of a sudden you're like, I just want to do something. I want to get my heart rate up. I want to go for that walk. I want to take the dog.
That's why it becomes a catalyst for so many things. So we have tons of thrivers that start, and they're like, okay, their inches are dropping, or they are dropping pounds or whatever. And it's just because it's just nutrition, but it's a catalyst for that, because guess what? You are drinking more water, and you're not running into that coffee pot, and you're not having the peaks and the crashes and crashing out all afternoon. You're moving more just naturally. Like, you take your kids for a walk or whatever. Yeah. And then when your nutritional gaps are filled, you guys, your cravings curb. They go away. So you'll notice your portions get smaller. Your choices naturally start to just change. And that's the beauty of just fueling your body well.
I know. I love it. Oh my goodness, Dustin Wagner, thank goodness. I don't like to work out, and I still like pizza and beer.
Well, that's okay. At least he has something to help him clean up his
Hey, I've seen the physical transformation with you and your wife, your beautiful wife. So I'm not believing you guys are living off of pizza and beer, but that's a fun comment. We needed a little a little bit of that. Kim, I love that you said sleep evaded me before Thrive, and now you're able to sleep good at night. And Tammy, that shake has changed my life. My gut is happy. So one more thing, Jenny, and I didn't even talk to you about this before, but a lot of times when I'm getting somebody new started on Thrive, they always ask me, they're like, okay, well, so do you have a diet plan you recommend? And I immediately just go, man, I mean, no, I really don't. I think your body, as you're fueling your body with premium nutrition, you're going to notice that you just crave different things. And it's just like what you said, your cravings are curbed, I think is how you said that. Mm-hmm. But talk to them a little bit about that.
Yeah. So with my background, obviously, I've provided people with meal planning and, workouts and stuff for years and years and years. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I'll tell you what, anybody who's ever worked with me or knows me, they will tell you, I have never been about diets. I have never been about quick fixes. I've always been about health, and I've always been about longevity, and I've always been about get your body working as well as you can, your metabolism and making good choices and all of those things. And it's the same thing applies here. This is not about diet. This isn't about do the 8-week experience and go on some crazy diet with it. It's not what it's about. It's about, okay, how about we take a look at where is our body going to be in 2 years if we keep going the way that we're going, or 5 years or 10 years or whatever, right? Do we need to make some changes? Because we need better immunity now more than ever
Yeah.
with all this crazy sauce going on.
Yes.
But, just, start living outside of that, like, narrow-minded, only thinking about tomorrow thing. And it's not about diet. So, okay, have your pizza and beer, but at very least get some stinking good nutrition in there. And what you will find is you want the pizza and beer less than what you did before.
Yeah, I agree. And craving water. I definitely went from pre-Thrive, mid-afternoon snack was like chips and salsa. And now, don't get me wrong, Sunday after church, I had some salsa, but it is no longer, it's not a mid-afternoon snack. You know what I mean? And honestly, like, what's crazy is Thrive has actually came out with so many fun things that a lot of times that's a mid-afternoon snack.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that, Brittany. It's not a diet or a trend. It's a lifestyle, and it's amazing. And I love that, because obviously no one can stick. I mean, like I said, in October, it'll be 7 years that I have been thriving. You can't stick with a diet plan for 7 years, but you can easily commit to 2 capsules first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, a lifestyle mix, slapping on a DFT, first 30 minutes of your day. That is gold.
So simple. And I'm with you. When I saw how simple, I was like, oh, wow. And then can I just throw in there really fast? Whenever she told me I could get it free.
That was the next thing. We've got to talk about free.
I was like, wait, what? I can get it for free. Like, I don't even have to be a promoter. Like, because listen, in the health and wellness industry, I was approached, like, right? You probably were, everybody gets approached by people all the time. So, let's just say I was just so apprehensive, So whenever she's like, I was like, oh no, like, stop right there. Just let me buy this product. It's okay, And whenever she explained it, and I was like, there's no tricky business. I can legit. And you guys, what we were spending on our other supplements and stuff, I was thinking, man, we're going to be in the green. This is going to be fantastic.
Yes. I will say that too. Definitely what if I weren't getting it for free, what I would spend a month with Thrive is significantly less than other nutritional lines that I had taken in the past. But I earned it for free within the first 2 weeks. So, and I've literally been getting free Thrive since November of 2013. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And obviously my husband's is free. But then I noticed that I was actually saving money every day because I wasn't driving through Starbucks. I wasn't driving through Sonic, grabbing a 44-ounce Dr. Pepper or a 44-ounce Diet Dr. Pepper, or, I wasn't running the convenience store because I did home health. So I was in my car and then in between patients and so I noticed that I was actually saving money because I didn't need all those things anymore. Let me talk about that. You can Thrive for free. Refer to friends, Thrive for free. Bottom line is that's a company perk. It's our customer referral perk. Everyone's eligible for that, whether you're a customer or a promoter. And basically, they want you thriving regardless of any situation. Life is life. The hot water heater goes out. New tires are needed. Kids need school supplies. All the things. And so we don't ever want somebody to go without their Thrive because they're taking care of their family. So the company says, hey, you get 2 friends thriving with you. We're going to give you the average of their orders on the 2nd of every month. You can use it however you wish to use those credits. And I love that because, to me, that just shows me how committed they are to the stories and how much they believe in their product.
Yes.
They know it's fine for them to give you free Thrive because the longer you're thriving, the bigger your story, the more you tell people. That's word of mouth. That's believing in your product when you're going to fuel those people that will talk about it, as they create their stories. I love that part. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So I know we've had a lot of guests on here. I think a lot of people actually started watch parties. So get with whoever invited you to listen and just say, okay, I'm ready to thrive. Like I'm ready. I want 30 days worth. I'm going to give this a commitment. I'm going to do it for me. I'm going to put my health first and give it an honest go. Get with the person that invited you. And I don't know, any last minute closing thoughts, Jenny? Thank you so much for being on with me tonight.
Well, thank you for having me. My last thoughts would just be, don't say no for 2 years. Don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn and don't be prideful. You all listen. I was so, like I said, that arrogant ignorance. And now in hindsight, I'm like, golly, if I could have been feeling like this 2 years sooner, right? So
yeah,
you just got to do it.
And that's usually the comment that I hear from people is, I don't know why it took me so long. I mean, and really that's what I said to Tony. I don't know why this took me so long. But timing is everything, and it's not too late. So start now, and we're excited for you. We kind of love celebrating stories. If you haven't caught on to that, we cheer people on around here. We love seeing lives transformed. Our company tagline is actually helping others live a life that they deserve. And the cool thing is I can see Joanne on here, and Kim and Nancy, Joanna, Tammy, Linda. See, all of them, that is defined in a different way. And I love that part, that you get to define living the life I deserve. You get to define that with what we have here. So thank you guys again for hopping on, supporting us. It's always weird if you do a Facebook Live and nobody interact. And again, you owe it to yourself to thrive. Just do it. You're going to love it. But make that commitment to you. So thanks again, Jenny.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you guys later. Good night.
Good night, guys.